Welcome. In this video, I'm going to give you 4 tips to help you make an effective closing speech in court. Closing speeches are the last thing the jury will hear from counsel in a trial. Therefore, it's absolutely essential for counsel to make a compelling and lasting impression on the jury. So, here are my 4 tips. Firstly, start strong. Open your speech with something that's bound to get the jury's full attention. Some advocates use a question or an anecdote or a quote to grab the jury's attention at the start of their closing speech.
Anita Jones was a talented midwife, dedicated to bringing new life into the world. What could be more cruel than her own life ending in the most brutal and vicious of circumstances? Abducted on her way home from work, bundled into a car, bludgeoned, discarded in an alleyway, bleeding to death.
Secondly, use the evidence to support and highlight your theory of the case. Don't just quote what the evidence is, explain what it means and how it supports your case theory.
Members of the jury, you heard the evidence of Juanita Mendez. She told the court that she saw a man drag Anita Jones into a car. She described the man as being 6 foot tall, olive-skinned, slim-built, with shoulder-length brown, curly hair. When the defendant was cross-examined, he accepted that he matched the description provided by Miss Mendez. Members of the jury, the prosecution case is that the defendant was the person who dragged Anita Jones into the car and subsequently murdered her.
Thirdly, keep the jury's attention. It's almost inevitable that at some point during your closing speech, one or more jury members may lose concentration. In order to regain and keep the jury's attention, you can use techniques such as asking a rhetorical question, directing the jury members to look at an exhibit, pausing, or varying your tone and pitch of voice. Fourthly and finally, deal with the weaknesses in your own case. If you don't tackle the weaknesses in your own case, it may appear to the tribunal that you're unable to do so, or that you have something to hide. Put a positive but credible spin on the weaknesses.
It's not in dispute that Anita Jones died following blunt trauma to the head. The nature of her injuries were consistent with being hit over the head with a crowbar. You may recall Police Inspector Owosu's evidence. He stated that the defendant's home, work premises and car was searched and that no murder weapon was found. However, members of the jury, other incriminating items were found in the defendant's possession. When he was arrested and searched, a pair of plastic handcuffs were found in his jacket pocket. A rope was found in the boot of his car, and Mrs. Jones's mobile phone was recovered under the passenger footwell of his car.
You should now understand some of the requirements for making an effective closing speech. See you next time.